Hi, passionate Rangers FC fans. Welcome to Rangers Update, your dedicated source for all things Rangers. Before we dive in, we want to express our gratitude for your unwavering support. If you bleed blue, don't forget to subscribe, smash that like button, and let's strengthen our community. Now, let's get into the latest updates. A hearty welcome to our new followers. Your backing means the world to us. What-p? Let's get to the news. It's the kind of rumor that shakes the Scottish football scene to its core. The type of story that begins as a whisper in the corridors of a training ground before erupting into full-blown chaos on social media. Jack HENDRY, the towering defender, known for his commanding presence at the back, has apparently walked away from AL-ETTIFAQ in Saudi Arabia to sign with Rangers. Now, this isn't some small-time gossip tossed around by fans on a message board. This is the kind of move that feels charged, dramatic, and utterly unpredictable. Imagine it. One day he's sweating it out under the Saudi sun. The next, he's stepping back onto Scottish soil, blue scarf wrapped around his neck, cameras flashing from every direction. The tension around Ibrox has been palpable for weeks, and this news has just sent fans into meltdown. Rangers supporters are already filling forums with speculation, wondering what this means for the club's ambitions, while rival fans watch with a mixture of disbelief and envy. HENDRY, who left Scotland with questions hanging over his consistency, suddenly finds himself at the center of the biggest football headline north of the border. The whispers about HENDRY's exit from AL-ETTIFAQ began quietly enough, like all good transfer sagas do. There were murmurs that he wasn't entirely settled, that the culture shift, the relentless schedule, and the internal dynamics at the Saudi club had worn him down faster than expected. Sources close to the situation hinted that his relationship with the coaching staff had soured, that tactical disagreements had turned into something deeper, something irreparable. Then came the cryptic social media posts, a few vague emojis, a deleted story, and fans immediately started connecting dots. By the time the news broke that he'd actually left the club, Rangers fans were already convinced their beloved team was the destination. The timing makes sense too, doesn't it? Rangers are rebuilding, desperately searching for leadership in defence, someone who knows the Scottish game, who can handle the pressure of wearing that shirt. HENDRY fits the mold perfectly, experienced abroad, hardened by adversity, and eager for redemption. It's almost poetic the way football writes these comebacks. The story doesn't just stop with the transfer, though. There's a deeper undercurrent to all this, a sense of unfinished business. HENDRY's first stint in Scottish football left many unconvinced, with critics pointing to lapses in concentration, a tendency to overplay, moments where confidence bled into overconfidence. But now, he returns not as a promising youngster, but as a seasoned professional, one who's seen the bright lights of European nights and the chaos of foreign football cultures. People close to him say this move isn't just about football. It's about identity, about reconnecting with his roots, proving to himself and everyone else that he's matured. Rangers, on the other hand, see this as a statement signing, a show of intent. Bringing in a player of HENDRY's caliber signals that they're not content to play second fiddle to Celtic any longer. It's the kind of calculated gamble that could either elevate their backline or become another cautionary tale in the long, unpredictable drama that is Scottish football. There's something almost cinematic about the timing of this deal. Just as fans were starting to lose faith in the January window, just when it felt like Rangers were missing that spark, this bombshell drops. Picture it, the blue faithful gathered in pubs, phones lighting up with notifications, a wave of disbelief spreading across Glasgow. The thought of HENDRY, a player who once divided opinion, returning home, has split the fan base once again. Some call it a masterstroke, others a desperate move, but whatever side you're on, you can't deny the buzz it's created. Scottish football thrives on passion, and this kind of story injects pure adrenaline into the veins of supporters. For Hendry, it's a chance to rewrite his narrative. For Rangers, it's a roll of the dice that could define their season. The whole scene feels alive again, charged with anticipation, the kind of energy that makes football so addictive. Behind the scenes, negotiations were apparently a whirlwind. Hendry's camp pushed for an exit clause to be activated after growing discontent with AL-ETTIFAQ's direction. The Saudi club, reportedly reluctant to lose a key player mid-season, eventually caved under pressure, not least because of Hendry's determination to leave. Those close to the talks describe him as laser-focused on returning to Europe, specifically to Scotland. Rangers, for their part, moved swiftly and quietly, outmaneuvering other interested sides. They knew time was short, that the window was closing fast, and that fans were desperate for a big name. Within days, paperwork was filed, terms agreed, medicals completed. Now, as the dust settles, it's starting to sink in. Jack Hendry is back, and he's wearing blue. The sense of déjà vu is uncanny, yet the stakes feel higher this time. This isn't just another signing. It's a statement of purpose, a declaration that Rangers mean business. Even before the official announcement, the atmosphere around Ibrox was electric. The club's social media team started dropping subtle hints. Blue lightning bolts, cryptic captions, nostalgia-fueled clips of famous defensive performances from the past. Fans caught on instantly, fueling the rumor mill even more. The anticipation was so thick, you could almost feel it in the air. And then, finally, that signature photo dropped. Hendry, holding the Rangers shirt, grin wide, captioned with a simple phrase, "Back where I belong." That was all it took. Within minutes, the post went viral, flooded with comments ranging from excitement to disbelief. It's a move that seems to bridge past and future, a reunion that carries both emotional weight and sporting potential. For Rangers, this might just be the spark that reignites their title charge. For Hendry, it's a fresh start, a chance to silence critics once and for all, and perhaps even to write the redemption arc every player dreams of. Now, let's talk about what this means on the pitch, because that's where the real story begins. Hendry's return isn't just a transfer headline, it's a tactical shift, a signal of intent from a club determined to reclaim dominance. His experience abroad has sharpened his positioning, improved his composure under pressure, and turned him into the kind of ball-playing centre-half modern football demands. And Rangers' defence has been inconsistent lately, and Hendry's arrival promises to bring both structure and aggression. He's known for reading the game early, stepping in to intercept, and launching attacks from deep. For fans who remember his early days, this could be the version of Hendry they always hoped to see: matured, focused, unafraid of responsibility. Of course, there's risk involved. Adapting back to the pace and intensity of Scottish football after time abroad isn't easy. But if anyone's got the mentality to pull it off, it's him. He's come back battle-hardened, determined, and with a point to prove. And that combination often leads to something special. Beyond tactics, there's the emotional undercurrent, the sense of coming home. Scottish football fans love a redemption story, and Hendry's is tailor-made for that. The narrative writes itself. The young defender who once faced criticism, who left to find himself abroad, now returns stronger, wiser, and ready to lead. You can almost picture the raw, at Ibrox the first time he steps onto the pitch again, crowd rising as one to welcome him back. It's the kind of moment that transcends football, tapping into something deeper about belonging, pride, and second chances. Hendry himself has reportedly been deeply moved by the response, saying to close friends that he feels like he's finally back where he was meant to be. The Scottish game has missed personalities like his, outspoken, confident, and brimming with passion. Whether you love him or loathe him, you can't ignore him. And that's exactly what makes this return so compelling. But let's not sugarcoat it. Expectations are sky high, and with that comes enormous pressure. Rangers fans don't settle for mediocrity, and Hendry knows it. Every touch, every tackle, every mistake will be magnified. It's a cauldron unlike any other, where heroes are made and reputations can crumble overnight. The leadership void at the back has been a thorn in Rangers' side for months, and Hendry is walking straight into that storm. Yet that's precisely what seems to drive him. Those who've followed his career closely describe him as a player who thrives on proving people wrong. The critics who once labelled him inconsistent are about to see a version of Jack Hendry that's sharper, stronger, and mentally unshakable. It's not just about defending anymore, and it's about commanding, orchestrating, being the backbone of a team that refuses to bow down. If he delivers, this could be the transfer that defines Rangers' resurgence. There's also the question of how this move reshapes the dressing room dynamic. Hendry isn't just a new signing, he's a presence. He brings with him stories from the Belgian League, from the Middle East, from international duty with Scotland. That kind of experience can be invaluable to a squad that's still finding its identity under new management. Younger players will look up to him, and the older heads will appreciate his confidence. It's rare to find a player who's both a leader and a learner, but that's what makes Hendry such a fascinating figure. Those close to the Rangers camp say his attitude in training has already impressed staff, that he's set a new standard for intensity. That's exactly what this team needs. Someone to raise the bar, to inject belief and accountability. It's not just about individual performance, it's about changing the culture. And Hendry seems ready to take that challenge head on. Of course, rival fans are having a field day with all this. Celtic supporters in particular can't resist stirring the pot, mocking the idea of Hendry's heroic return. That's part of the theatre of Scottish football, and the banter, the noise, the constant back and forth that fuels the rivalry. But deep down, even rivals know this signing could make a difference. Hendry's mix of athleticism and experience gives Rangers a new edge, one they've been missing. If he settles quickly, it could tilt the balance of power just enough to reignite the title race. Imagine the narrative if Hendry scores in an old firm derby. It would be the stuff of legend, the kind of storyline fans remember for decades. It's that potential for drama that keeps everyone talking, that keeps the rumour mill spinning. In Scotland, football isn't just a sport, it's theatre, and right now Jack Hendry is the star of the show. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to get all the exclusive news about Rangers FC. Don't overlook any details about your beloved team. It's crucial for Rangers FC fans. As the dust begins to settle and the season rolls on, the spotlight will remain firmly fixed on him. Can he deliver on the promise, silence the doubters, and become the defensive rock Rangers have been craving? Only time will tell, but one thing's for certain. This story has reignited the passion around Ibrox and across Scottish football. The fans are buzzing, the pundits are debating, and the energy feels electric once again. Jack Hendry's return isn't just a transfer. It's a moment, a symbol of belief, a reminder that football's greatest magic lies in its unpredictability. From the sands of Saudi Arabia to the rain-soaked pitches of Glasgow, he's taken a journey that few could have imagined. And now, as he pulls on that famous blue shirt once more, all eyes will be watching. For better or worse, Jack Hendry is home, and the story is only just beginning. There's already talk within the Rangers camp that Hendry could be handed the armband in cup matches, a move that would speak volumes about how highly the management rates him. Leadership isn't just about shouting instructions or wearing the captain's band, it's about embodying the club's spirit. And Hendry seems to understand that deeply. Insiders say he's been one of the first to arrive at training and the last to leave, setting an example for everyone around him. That level of commitment doesn't go unnoticed, especially in a club where effort and pride are valued just as much as skill. Fans have picked up on it too, his name's already being sung in the stands, his face plastered across banners and online edits. It feels like he's struck an emotional chord with supporters who were desperate for someone to rally behind. In a season that's had its share of frustration, Hendry's arrival feels like a turning point, not just a transfer, but a spark of belief that maybe, just maybe, this team can rise again and challenge for everything. The media attention surrounding his return has been relentless, but Hendry appears unfazed. He's been through the highs of playing in Europe and the lows of being written off by critics, and that balance gives him an edge. When asked about the pressure of expectations, he reportedly smiled and said, "Pressure's just noise, I'm here to play football." That kind of mindset is exactly what Rangers need right now. Calm amidst chaos, focus amidst frenzy. The Scottish press, ever eager to stir debate, have already begun framing this move as a test, not just for Hendry, but for the club's recruitment strategy as a whole. Was it smart business or sentimental nostalgia? Time will be the ultimate judge. But in truth, the answer might not even matter. What matters is that the fans believe, again, that there's a sense of excitement every time match day rolls around. In football, emotion often outweighs logic, and right now, the emotion around Ibrox is pure, buzzing optimism. And as this story unfolds, one can't help but feel it's just the beginning of something larger. Hendry's comeback represents more than one man's return. It mirrors Rangers' own quest for redemption, their hunger to reassert themselves at the summit of Scottish football. Every touch of the ball, every crunching tackle, every roar from the crowd will feed that shared ambition. Greetings, fans. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as it's greatly appreciated by Rangers FC. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments section below. Until the next video, stay tuned